Greetings and salutations to you all, ladies and gents. Welcome to the Gaming Emporium. My name is Kluger, and today I bring to you Rain of Bullets, a lovely little game from the developers over at Critical Bit, who were kind enough to lend me a pre-release copy of this game for me to try out and to share my thoughts. The best way to describe this game, I suppose, is a shoot 'em up, a side-scrolling horizontal shoot 'em up where you, as the character Troy, own this ship, which you can customize in any which way you like in terms of this multitude of guns that you can collect and modify, and then you just go around and you blast the bejesus out of anything in your path. It reminds me very much of games like Raiden from back in the old school days, those old school, you fly the ship around and just pow pow pow, you shoot away, and it's good fun times. Wasn't quite sure what to make of the game at first, but I have to tell you, I'm having an absolute lovely time playing it. Very, very quick and easy to sink your time into it without even realizing what you're doing. So we'll jump in, here we go, here's my existing profile, and we should be up and running in just a moment. Alrighty everyone, so here is the hub of customization here. As you can see, there is my ship. Pretty nubile at this point in time, but it's building up. That's the cool thing about this game. That's really the main attraction as far as I'm concerned. And the big time sink is modifying your ship and customizing it as much as you can to optimize its damage and survivability out there in the wild against the plethora of enemies that you're gonna come up against from level to level. We'll check out the inventory first. At the moment, I don't actually have a heap of guns here, but you can collect a whole pile of them. As you can see here, I've got a laser, a blaster, a striker, and another blaster. But there's a whole heap of other guns that I don't currently have. I've had a longer list of these, but as you can see here, there's numbers alongside them as well. So for example here, this striker is a level 13 striker, which is kind of like a rocket launcher type of gun. A blaster is pretty typical to what you'd expect in this kind of game. Just a straight out projectile that does a bunch of damage. And laser, of course, as the name suggests. But you can get other guns as well. I had, what else have I had? I'm trying to think. There was some funky one that was sort of was homing by default. And a few other ones as well, which the names of them escape me. You can get a flamethrower, that's another one as well that you can most certainly get, which is very cool. But you just keep collecting as you go along. And now, as you can see on the screen as well, you've got modifiers for these weapons, so you can actually customize the way that the weapons that you have behave. I've left the laser here in particular for us to modify together, because I've just recently obtained this level of laser and wanted to add some modifications. So as you can see, projectiles. So if I add this to my laser, I'll go from 1 beam to 2.2 beams. So we'll chuck that on. If I do splitting, what will that give me? The chance for a smaller beam to appear on hit that deals 50% of the beam's damage per second. 100% means a split beam is spawned. 150% means there is a 50% chance to spawn additional split beam. That's very full on. So as you can see, I can add piercing or I could add targeting, which means that the lasers will actually track enemies, which sounds kind of cool. We'll have a think about that. I think maybe range will throw onto it. And as you can see, I'm using scrap up in the top right hand corner. Scrap is something you collect out and about on your travels. But as well as that, you can scrap surplus weapons for extra scrap, which is why I don't have a lot of scrap at the moment, because I just scrapped a whole bunch of my old weapons while I was off camera just before. Let's try splitting on this, or maybe laser. I don't know. Let's try splitting. We'll see how it goes. Whatever. It's going to be fun. So there you go. This is where all the time goes, as far as I'm concerned. Is just customizing your weapons and figuring out the best way to go about your business. I'm going to clear my plane setup, my ship setup, pardon me. And now once you've done that, you chuck your guns on. So you can see I have full control of where I place this gun on my ship. This is my blaster, so I'll probably more or less aim that straight ahead. My laser, I'll probably put down here. Now this is a cool thing I found you can do as well, is you can actually rotate the positioning of your weapons. So if I'm worried, I can point it straight up or straight down. In my case, for the levels I've recently been doing, you can point it on a funky angle like so. So by default, we'll be taking out enemies that are underneath me, which is pretty cool. And finally, I want to add my striker. Now this is sort of just a homing missile kind of gun, so I'm going to pop that on the back and it kind of just does its own thing. So there you go. I'm happy with that. Now we'll return, and because there is one final aspect to this, is your upgrades. As you can see, auto gun is our automatic gun. You of course have a default little blaster rifle that kind of shoots out. You can upgrade the amount of weapon slots you have. Currently I have 3, and you can bump up to 4 or 5, etc. Luck is your ability to find better weapons. Currently I'm at 8%, and you can level that up. Hit points, can I invest in just yet? No, it costs 600 scrap, but you can crank up your maximum ship hit points and shield, which I don't yet have unlocked. And that's really it, all there is to it. The UI is pretty intuitive, which is really cool. And you just jump here and mess around with your optimal setups. So without further ado, it's probably a good time to jump in. So let's press launch. Alright, so I'm sort of in the second level, I suppose. If I can scoot back, there's level 1, which I'll work through off camera. I'm about halfway through level 2. There's kind of a campaign-ish sort of thing, but I guess it's really just a facade for increasing levels of difficulty as you kill more and more. Alrighty, so here we go. Press E to continue. Level 15. So here we go. This is where it just really starts to feel like side-scrolling Raiden. So as you can see, all sorts of enemies just blasting out at you. And you blast back in return. And you can see how the modifications to my guns now are coming into play, or the positioning of my guns as well. I knew in these levels that there's a lot of enemies appearing underneath on these sort of train tracks. Whoa! So I've intentionally pointed my laser down in an attempt to automatically take care of them without having to worry too much. Especially here! Because these freaking, I don't know what they are, these upwards facing fire beams of death are very dangerous and make me sad. And hard to dodge. Okay, so as you can see, we're collecting scrap as we go along, and all sorts of enemies are flying at us. Oh, and there we go. Good chance to show you the shield. You do have the ability to activate your shield, which then will recharge over a period of time. As you... Oh, crap. I thought I was going to kill that one. Sorry if my commentary goes down the toilet, because this is very hard to concentrate on doing multiple things at a time. As you can see, it's just pure chaos, and that's what is cool about this game, is it's flipping nuts in the best possible way. There, I've got an item there, collect that item. Oh no! Again. Oh, I haven't come up against a level with these just yet. Oh man, I'm getting really owned up here. This is actually a pretty tough level, to be honest with you. I'm having a pretty tough time. This is the first level I've come up against where there's homing missiles coming out of the car train things below, which is not very cool. Oh, crap on it! And they're pretty high health as well. It's nuts. I don't know if we're going to make it through here. Yeah, our ship's yelling at us like, urgently repair, please. But we'll see how we go. See, in the last level I had my homing missiles pointing a bit further down, and they took care of a lot more of the crap below, a lot more easily. But holy moly. But I think we made it. Whew. Oh, wait, is that a boss? What's that thing? It looks like a boss. Oh, nerds, I'm not ready for this. Are you for real right now? I've got like no health. We'll see what we can do. Oh, I did not expect this. Oh, man. Oh, man. This isn't cool, bro. I don't know if we'll be able to make it through this, but you get the idea of how the game works, even if I do die. Woohoo! Good job. And now we'll get assessed for how we do. 0% health. Killed most of the things. Found some stuff, and there we go. So as you can see, I found a laser gun and a couple of other further upgrades. So I can try the level again. Go back to the hangar for further modifications, or as well, you can change the difficulty. I should have mentioned as well. I'm playing on the second difficulty, which is beginner, I think. Is that right? I don't know. I think it's a second difficulty. Yeah, it is. And it's even still getting pretty hard as you progress through, but if you get bored or you get really gunned at this game, you can just crank it up and make it harder and harder. So I think it's a lot of time and a lot of energy you can put into this. It's a very fun game, which I do recommend. I'll provide relevant links down below. As of the time of this recording, it's about a day away from being released, so I'll provide a link to Steam so you can grab it, as well as the link to the guys at Critical Bit, who were so kind as to lend me this game in advance. So I hope you did enjoy this video. If you have any questions, do leave them below and I'll do my best to help out. For now, I'm going to sign off. So my name is Kluger, and I'll speak to you soon.